What do you see coming in terms of edge AI, edge data, the way that we handle it? We talked some about vector databases, right? And how that's likely to rise at the edge because it's so much more efficient. But, we've got, I saw the number not too long ago, a couple billion, like 11 billion cameras in the world right now. I might be off on that, but some ginormously scary number of cameras that are pumping out data all the time and more coming every day. Where do you see all of this going? You're kind of immersed in that space right now.
Yeah. So I do think, it's not going to get less, right? And so unfortunately, even though I'm not sure if you need all this data, on the other hand, I do think also due to just plain costs, there will be, the shift to the edge has been foreseen for ages and it hasn't been happening. So why hasn't that been happening? Even though it is needed for some use cases just won't work. It empowers many use cases that people are looking for. And there's so much pain and struggle about not being able to access certain data because accessing edge data sometimes can be still unfortunately and unbelievably really painful. So why is it not happening? Why hasn't it happened despite everyone waiting for it? And the answer is clear. It's because it's still not really easy. And so then if every project needs to come up with their own solutions from scratch, it's really expensive. It takes a ton of time. It has risks. Maybe you don't have the right developer talent to pull it off. So all those things make edge projects fail. And that leads to, all those postponement of distributing data in the right way across the edge, from edge to cloud, because it will always have both, right? But at this moment, it's still all going to the cloud and way too much. And often even if it's not useful, but the cloud just makes it easy. So any project you want to do, a prototype, quickly set it up in the cloud. It's running. Try to do the same thing on the edge. You just face too much struggle and time and pain. And so I think the next thing that needs to happen, it will happen, is we will see more infrastructure software for edge computing coming up to empower the market to really make the edge as easy as the cloud. And then I think we will see a huge shift. I believe there will be more data staying in the edges, residing in edges, than on the cloud. But this is going to take time. Yeah. Software and tooling to make it as easy as the cloud. Do you think that's the primary thing that's holding us back? Yes, absolutely. Okay. What do you think? I think that's a large part of it, for sure. The physical deployment. One of the challenges I think that we're having is when you're talking about distributing things out to the edge, it's harder to touch stuff. And so you really have to understand what's going on. And I think a lot of the data that is created isn't used because people don't know that it's there, don't realize it, don't understand the potential. And you have to know that much about how your system is really operating, what data is being created, where is it being created, how can it be used, what are the privacy restrictions. Again, once you start unpacking all of the complexity there, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty daunting. And mechanizing some sort of an answer for that becomes, if you can make it push button easy, that would be fantastic. Then a lot of people would definitely use it, right? Like ChatGPT, you make AI that easy to touch, and now all of a sudden everyone can get their heads wrapped around it. They go, wow, that's what AI can do. It's amazing. Now AI has a whole new life and much more momentum. Not because we're all using ChatGPT to do defect detection or something, right? We're asking it what kind of shoes go with this sort of outfit and what kind of wine goes with dinner and, silly stuff like that. But you can get your head wrapped around what it looks like. And I almost feel like what's holding the edge back is that the edge is held back. And so people aren't using it and they can't get their head wrapped around what it is, right? Chicken and egg kind of problem of how do you get started with that? Yeah, cool take. Interesting. Yeah. and then, because now that you mention it, I also think that this whole terminology around edge computing and edge is not doing edge computing a favor.